Hello, this is Jessica Mckay. I'm an intuitive counselor and spiritual teacher at jessicamckay.com. This is your April Spirit Guide reading. Thank you so much for watching this video on numerologist.com. So take a moment now to connect with yourself. You might close your eyes, but it's not necessary. Just see which of these numbers jumps out at you using your intuition. Which message is most appropriate for you for the month of April? Message number 1, number 2, or number 3. And of course, you can be drawn to more than one message. So I'm using a deck of cards that is all about self-care, because my sense is that that is something that is really needed right now. And self-care is a lot more than just taking a bath or giving yourself an ice cream cone. This is about what can you do to really move yourself through difficult times and challenges that are arising right now. So go ahead and just see which message resonates. And if you were drawn to message number 1, the card that comes up for you is achievement. Achievement. And it's a really interesting image. It's like the image of the sunset and clouds in part of a root in the ground. And there's a moth or a butterfly right next to it. And whenever I see butterflies in readings, it's always about transformation and change. And this card is about achievement. And I feel as though right now you're going through a time where you're making a major leap. You're making a major leap in things that you're able to bring forth and create right now. So this could be something creative, it could be a project, it could be something in your career or your business, something that you have wanted to do for a very long time but felt like you didn't have the tools or the resources. You just didn't have the support to move through that. And what I feel with this, it's interesting because there's this young woman running in the background and she's got a butterfly net and she's chasing these butterflies. So it's like you've been chasing a dream, chasing transformation even. And you are right there. You are right on the cusp of achieving something for yourself. Now, like I said, this could be something creative, but this could also be something spiritual. This could be taking a real leap, a real, almost like going through a wormhole where things are very accelerated and you're moving at a very fast pace. So you're right on the edge of being in a huge growth period. So that could be financial, it could be in a relationship. It's like you're just at the cusp of making that leap. So how do you take care of yourself when you're at that point? First of all, it's by recognizing how far you've come, by having gratitude for yourself, for what you've already achieved. So most of us don't take the time to do that. We just look at how much we haven't achieved, and we look at the future, and we look at what we haven't done yet or finished, and that just creates stress in the body. So what I'm challenging you to do this month is to drop that stress, to let that go, that expectation of yourself that's always running in the background and that gets, repeated to you by your inner judge all the time, just to let that go and to embrace the fact that you've come so far and to really send yourself gratitude for that and love. So that's the message. Recognize that you're on the cusp of huge change and just be kind to yourself. Don't have expectations of yourself that force you to feel stressed. So that's the message I'm getting for you for this month. Enjoy all the wonderful achievements and breakthroughs that you're about to make. Okay, so that is message number 1. And if you're drawn to message number 2, the card that comes up is choice. And it says on the back of this card, reconsider a commitment. You have the right to change your mind. So this is very interesting, and the angel on this card is holding a bouquet. It reminds me of someone who is getting married, who's about to walk up to the altar, and this is about having second thoughts about something, about a commitment. Maybe there's a promise you made. Maybe there's something that you committed to doing. And as it gets closer to your level of commitment, or you having to own that commitment, part of you might be starting to feel a little bit hesitant because maybe what you promised was something outside the realm of what you could do comfortably, or maybe it's no longer resonating the way it did when you first agreed to it. And you know what? That's okay. It is okay to change your mind. We are always changing. Every day we feel different than we did the day before. Your energy is different. What you know is different. Your wisdom is different. Your feelings, the feelings you have that arise in your body are different. And you might say, well, if I'm always changing, how can I ever make a decision or stick to anything? And the answer is that you never really have to stick to anything. And that runs pretty counter to what we're taught. We're taught that if you make an agreement, by God, you stick to that agreement and you don't change it. You promise something to someone, you keep that promise. Well, what if that agreement you made, or what if that promise you made is going against you? What if it's causing you to hurt yourself? Isn't that worth changing the agreement? So this is just something to think about and keep in mind. You have the right to change your mind. You have the right to renegotiate something. And it may not be easy. It may not be easy. The people around you may not understand. But this is part of what you're being called to do, to take care of yourself. Really important, because if you go against yourself, if you do something that you don't feel in alignment with, or that no longer resonates with you, it's not going to feel good. And in the long run, it could really drain you or be out of alignment with where you're going right now. So really take that into consideration, okay? So that is the message. And if you were drawn to message number 3, the card that comes up is goals. And I like this image because the person in it she has her eyes closed and she's resting. It reminds me of when at a certain point you have these goals and they feel pretty heavy. You're not sure how to achieve them and you just need to take a nap, you know? So what it says on the back of this card is set a goal, write it down, and release the outcome. It also says small steps make a big difference. So that's really, really good advice. Being able to release the outcome, being able to give it to your angels, give it to your spirit guides, especially if you don't know how to do something. Let the guidance come to you in steps that you need to take, actionable steps, baby steps, comfortable steps. So you might actually go to sleep or set the intention before you go to sleep that you're going to receive a certain kind of guidance. It may just be that you wake up and you have an idea, or you're going for a walk, you're not really focusing on anything, and all of a sudden you get an inspired idea. So be open to that. So this card is really about making your goals more accessible to you. So if you have been feeling very cut off from what's possible, or feeling like, you know what, I just don't know how to make this work, and maybe it can't work for me because it's too big, it's just too big, then cut it down into more bite-sized pieces for yourself. So let me see what else I'm getting. What I love too about this image is that there's a cage that's open, and that's always a sign that you may be feeling like you're stuck and like you don't know how to move forward. And the open door of this cage is suggesting that that feeling of being stuck, that perception of being stuck, is not real. That's something that's fabricated. That's a way that you're seeing the universe right now, through the perception of feeling stuck, and it's not accurate. So let yourself kind of be willing to let go of the thought that what you want is impossible and that there's no way for you to get it. So let yourself embrace the idea of freedom, of possibilities, of anything being possible. I used to love Star Trek when I was growing up, and Spock, who was my favorite character, would say, there are always alternatives. There are always possibilities. So just remember that there are those possibilities, that everything is unlimited. So even though something might look like it's completely not attainable, know that if you have a dream, if you have a goal, somewhere it is. Somewhere there are people that know how to do what you're trying to do, and maybe they can give you advice. Maybe they can tell you what steps to take at this point on your journey. So have faith in yourself, have faith in your goals and your dreams, and just know that anything is possible. Okay, so those are the messages for this month. I hope that they were helpful to you. If they were, please leave a comment here. Please share this video, and we'll see you again next time.